So hi, obviously I'm home. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty okay. My voice feels a little bit less husky, but it's like the stronger that my voice has gotten, the more it kind of pulls as I talk. So I'm in a bit of pain since I got home, but no pain in my arm. Just specifically here, they changed my bandages, which is why I have this lovely setup here. I just find putting my hand here while I'm talking kind of helps. But I do have painkillers. I've just taken one. I'm gonna hopefully about to take sleep. Take sleep. Wow, that's a new way of putting it. But otherwise, things are going all right. Obviously, they discharged me because they were happy with my progress. We came home, had dinner, got my prescribed medication. What's it called? I'm getting around all right. Had a shower to get, as you can see, I'm not as yellow anymore. So I sponged around it. Might change my dressing in the morning because maybe some of the tightness I'm feeling is because this bandage is much bigger than the other one. It's the only thing I can think of. They did, the doctor came around and he's the one who changed my dressings and took off. I had terry strips, whatever they are, directly over the wound, and he took those off. So maybe that's also part of now I'm feeling it's a little bit probably less protected. And obviously, like I said, we saw it, the bandage was about this big yesterday. Now it's much bigger, and I think it's pulling in different spots. But yeah, I feel okay. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Having a little bit of trouble breathing, but not massively, just kind of bending up and down. But I was having that when I was in hospital as well. So nothing cray. That's about it. Happy to be home, obviously. And again, no pain down here. Oh, one thing that was interesting that the doctor did tell me, I'll put my hand back here, was that when he took out the hernia, what he thought were bone spurs that he thought had developed was actually part of my hernia that had the herniated disc that had broken and had basically, I don't know if they've adhered, but at least was sitting against the bone enough that they looked like they were connected, and those were the things that were pushing directly on my nerves. So I'm guessing that because it was there for so long, that's where it kind of had fun. I did get whiplash once, and then I had, after my last MRI, I just felt like there was an increase of pain. So possibly it was during the MRI that it finally broke off, and then a couple of days after that I went to the emergency department just because I was I'm in so much pain and they've just cancelled my surgery. So yeah, maybe that's when it happened. Yeah, here's to the road of recovery. I did feel because I've been drinking water a lot while I was in hospital and at home, but I've also just got some cough. Well, these are fruit drops just to help with the dry mouth situation. Really weird, because what's it called? When I asked my mum to get them, because when she was getting my drugs, I said, "Oh, can you get some orange drops or something?" And this bag is predominantly orange drops, even though it was supposed to be a mixture of 4 flavors. It's supposed to be how many supposed to be in here? Okay, so there's approximately 16 drops. I think I've got about 10 that are 10 of these that are orange, 2 that's red, and 2 that's yellow. I got no blackcurrant. And these yellow ones are the ones I will not be having because I do not like lemon and I do not like lime, which is that flavor. The other thing that I've kind of noticed about the whole throat situation is that I'm very easy to roll into hiccups, and I'm burping a little bit, not huge burps, just kind of gas getting stuck and then needing to be untrapped. But maybe that's just because it's still very swollen in there. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with that. With that, I am going to get onto bed and get myself situated and go to bed. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to hear that I'm a little bit less huskier, but like I said, as I've come out a bit of the huskiness, it feels like the power of my voice is too much for what's going on in the situation in my neck, and I don't want it to move as much, but oh well. What he did say was that I'll be taking this bandage off not tomorrow but the day after, and it can stay off. He thinks it should be healed enough that like the wound should be closed enough that I can, keep it aired out and have a shower and such without worrying about it. I'll see how I go with that. I might, because they've given me a couple of these bandages and I'm not, I don't need to change it unless it gets wet. But I might, for the first time I shower, after I've mainly taken this off, then I might just stick them on for having a shower and then take them off after that. Just because I'm a bit more concerned about it getting wet for the first little bit. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah. I mean, like, in terms of the procedure being done, we are a day and a half away from having it done. And it's going pretty well. Again, I'm really just hoping it's just this placage of the bandage, and as my voice has been getting stronger again, that I'm kind of overpowering it a little bit. But time will tell. The only thing that, what's it called? When we were driving home, my mum did have to pull on the brakes once, and the seatbelt did go against it, but it went flat against it. It didn't go that way, so I'm not concerned about that. But maybe that's just kind of put a bit of extra strain on it. But because it was flat against that, I'm not worried about stitches of being moved or anything. And it was only a second, and I felt, fine after that. But again, just even that surprise could be why I'm feeling a bit more sore since then. So it's been a while since, I was getting endo every 4 hours when I was in the hospital, and I haven't had one for about, I've just had one now, but I hadn't had one for 7 hours at that point. Probably had something to do with that more than the other thing. Anyway, I'm going to take myself to bed. I'm going to check in probably sometime tomorrow night, just to see how things are going. But the less endo I can be on, the clearer I'm going to sound, and the more I'm going to be in it, Guess we'll see. Like I said, I'm really happy that I have no pain down my arm. I'm just a little bit uncomfortable tonight, and there's not my chin. I've got a bit of a drop chin in it anyway, but my neck is definitely more swollen than it usually is. I can't even really feel like I can pull my hair back to be like, ugh. But yeah, neck is definitely more swollen than I usually deal with, for me. It's a bit squishy, and when I squish on it, it's definitely I'd say the bandage, because I can feel it right across the entire bandage outline. My stitches, I think, are here-ish, and they don't really hurt. They just kind of tickle when I put my finger over them. But there is an incision in there. A little bit of pulling does probably feel a bit weird for it. I'm not in if someone asks me what level of pain I'm in, I'm I'd say maybe 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. Not enough that I would vocalize about being in pain. Just one of those things that my body's just this kind of hurts when you do this. Maybe don't talk as much. But I'm a talkative gal. It's hard for me not to talk. Oh God, imagine if I lost my voice entirely. That would be amazing. No, I was about to say amazing, but it'd be really weird for me to be how do I communicate now? Anyway, now I'm going into a rambling piece. Yeah. Catch up with you tomorrow. And yeah. Bye bye.